Mm, mm, mm. Uh, JR, back with the Cigar Talk Weekly. Uh, Back with the cigars and bullshit. Mm. Kicking back, smoking. Enjoying some black exploitation on a cool, laid back evening. How's everybody doing? So 2024, and the bullshit is already picked up, courtesy of my man, uh, Katt Williams. First of all, sitting here smoking a local house cigar from one of the local brands. So just chilling. What do you want to talk about? Katt Williams has resurfaced, and from the first day of 2024, or the second day, I'm not even sure what day was at, the fourth. Man was on fire. Was on Club Shay Shay, bringing the smoke, man. Basically talking about all the fraud and the fruitcakeism in the game, man. A lot of stuff that we all didn't know. Basically going at other comedians, Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, went at Ludacris, went at Faison Love, and apparently he's beefing with Ali Sadiq. I didn't even know that was going on until I watched him on the Willie D podcast. But yeah, so it's shit is up right now, man. Shit is up. So basically, he was, telling about all the fraud in the game, how people, basically been coming around doing a lot of lies these past few years, not really standing, keeping it factual, basically saying a lot of made up stories. He got on Ricky Smiley, by Ricky Smiley claiming that he was the one that's supposed to get the Money Mike role. I don't believe that either. How the fuck is that supposed to happen? Ricky Smiley is, a borderline Christian comedian. How can he play a pimp, man? That shit doesn't even make any sense. So I totally don't see how that was going to be possible. So he tore into Ricky, talking about how he basically was the one who wrote that role and basically brought it together. And Ricky basically he made a good point. Ricky's basically better at playing women's roles. If you listen to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, they have it down here in Miami. That's his basically on. Other than that, and Little Daryl, I only know other two roles he plays. They funny, but it's kind of a church's old lady mom type of comedy. He basically said, Ricky has only ever played women in movies, other than Friday After Next, But Ricky, I think took it kind of hard because that was the anniversary of his son's death, so he was crying and he tried to clear up the things. He brought on his agent. which really, didn't do much. Um, so, but got on Ludacris, said Ludacris was kind of, might be doing some backdoorian activity, as Corey Holcomb says. Um, I mean, Ludacris is another one. He was a good rapper. He made his sales, but he hasn't really put nothing out. But he's been surviving somehow for at least 15 years, because Ludacris just totally stopped, just like Tyrese. They just totally, both of them, they got in that Fast and the Furious shit, stopped their music endeavors. So I kind of believe it. Maybe they might have crossed over, took a little some type of oath, because that's what they didn't come in. They didn't come in as that, and then they just totally cut it out. And they not really no great actors like that either. I think Lucas was in Crash. He did a pretty good job in that. But other than that, he's just been Fast and the Furious. And then he got this new goofy Christmas movie, which is cool. I saw it. But yeah, so Ludacris kind of responded with some little freestyle shit, which I don't know you're going to be freestyling at a comedian, Other than that, came out, got at Faison Love, talk about Faison, and I agree with that also. Faison really hasn't. He had some movies, on low budget movies. He had some other roles, obviously some bigger roles. But Faison don't really put out no comedy special. I haven't seen Faison do a stand up since in years. Since I was a kid. I know he took over from Robin Harris when he passed, but other than that, Faison don't do no stand up like that. I've always wondered why, but Faison did not take that very well either. Said Katt is crying out for help, basically. And then the big one, Steve Harvey. I know Corey Holcomb has said Steve Harvey has been jacking dudes for years. And it's been, rumored for years. Steve Harvey has a terrible reputation. He's not a nice guy. And he kind of had to undermine Bernie Mac. Of course I wasn't there, but it's been rumored, and a lot of other comedians have confirmed that. And I know Steve definitely took something, because this nigga has like 19 jobs, bro. He don't put nobody else on. He don't take a break, but the nigga got so many jobs, man. And he's kind of not really. He's good at Family Feud, but other than that, it's okay, So, I mean, he's go along, get along also. And Cedric the Entertainer, he got on his ass. Cedric, I seen Cedric live one time, and I have to give it Katt, it was trash, It was trash, man. It was awful, man. And I like Cedric on the Kings of Comedy, but when I seen him live, it was not good, you know what I'm saying? And, it was a terrible show. Tried to do some dancing and shit in there, some singing. It was not hitting. But he came at said hard too about how he's been also a joke thief, and he's not the best person either. And then the receipts start coming out. You know, these kids now, they can dig stuff up on the internet, finding old things he done copied. So yeah, shit's up now, man. It got the year started off right. Um, you know, hopefully, I watched the last Cat special. It was good. Not one of his best. Not this pimpin', the classic one. You know, it was okay. Um, but other than that, it's okay. But hey, I like the fact he's standing on business. He getting at people, shaking the industry up. I believe a lot of these dudes have taken oaths and undercover fruit booty action, and you know it's necessary. Man. It's necessary. I think in order to succeed as black people, we gonna have to get some of these gatekeepers out the way. You know. In order to get to our goals that we all need to achieve. Just bring us some new real talent, man. You know, let the real talented people get in. A lot of the BS out. A lot of the internet talent can go too, you know. But I like it, you know. But I'm definitely gonna watch Katt now more since he keep making these claims. He gotta come with some fire. He gotta come with some fire. So you know, I watched the interviews. It was good, like Corey said. There was some cap in there though. I doubt Bailey nigga read 10,000 books by the time he was 12 years old. That's not possible. That's not possible. Even in the old times. Nobody read like that, voraciously like that as a child. So he capped on that one. And the Miami story is kind of questionable. Even for being from Miami, I know the park he supposedly was at. I can't see a 13-year-old just laying out there by himself. Nigga would have got at his ass, man. So some cap, some truth. But I fuck with him overall. So we gonna see how things go. What other bullshit? That's really been the biggest bullshit of the week so far, man. Yeah, there ain't nothing else really happened, man. Other than that, everybody else, all these people been responding to him, but they can't refute what he's saying. That's what's so crazy about it, you know. So it's like basically they saying he crazy. He got on Kevin Hart too. I didn't know that beef was so deep, you know. But he really got at Kevin Hart, man, you know, and that's some personal shit, you know. But I kind of believe. I don't know if he kind of believe he's a plant, but I like some of Kevin's stuff. Some of Kevin's stuff is funny, man. Some of it is dry humor, but Kevin does have good stuff. Some of his stuff is good. Some of his movies I like. You know, so I can't totally discredit him. To me, he has some funny stuff, man. I definitely fuck with him, though, man. I do think he does take care of his people, but I do think his ascent to stardom is questionable. So I don't know how he did it so fast. So I remember he was in Paid in Full, and next it was Soul Plane, and then he's a fucking multi-millionaire. So it's kind of crazy, man. But other than that, shout out to Katt Williams. continue to follow him. But yeah, back on the bullshit, back on the Cigar Talk Weekly, getting 2024 started right. Check me on other channels, Cigar Talk Weekly. I want to talk about what I think was a cigar of 2023 and national championships, stuff like that. But yeah, follow, like, share, and subscribe. Church.